Running your year-end in Sage Payroll is easy. In this video, we will cover how to prepare for payroll year-end and finalize your current year payroll. Let's look at preparing for year-end and finalizing your 2023 payroll. 2023 levers. Before completing your final pay period of 2023, you should process any current year levers. This means any leavers with a 2023 leave date should have received their final pay and be processed as a leaver in Sage Payroll. You can mark an employee as a leaver in the Employee tab. Leaver information will be sent to Ross when you'll process their final pay and send your payroll submission. We have now completed 2023 leavers. Let's move on to extra pay periods. If you run a weekly, fortnightly, or 4-weekly payroll, you may have an extra pay period, also known as a week 53. You have an extra pay period if your regular pay date falls on Sunday 31st of December 2023. If your usual pay day is not a Sunday, you do not have a week 53. You should not create an extra pay period if your usual pay date isn't 31st of December. Simply process your payroll as normal, continuing with your usual pay date. We've now completed extra pay periods. We'll now look at advancing pay over year-end. As year-end falls over Christmas and New Year, it's likely that you'll have employees on holiday at this time. Whether you can use the advance pay option or not will depend on when the holiday dates fall. You can use the advance pay option if the advance pay period covers any weeks up to and including week 52. For example, you are processing week 51 and advancing week 52. If you have a week 53, this should be processed separately and should not be included in an advanced holiday payment. You can't advance holiday pay over 2 tax years. For example, you can't process week 52 and advance the pay for week 1. However, if your employees are on holiday over this period and you'd like to pay them early, you can pay each holiday week separately without using the advance pay feature. If you choose to do this and you use PayPath or SEPA payment files, a payment file will be created for each week you've processed separately. Therefore, your employees will receive 2 separate payments, one for each pay period. Now you have learned about advancing holiday pay over year-end, we will move on to finalizing your tax year. Before running your year-end, process your final pay of the tax year and submit this to Ross as usual. In the Pay Runs tab, you can check which pay runs have been completed. The most recent will appear at the top and should be the final pay run of the year. You can check your next pay run in the Summary tab. Once you have completed all pay runs for 2023, you can move on to running and reconciling your reports and the year-end process. We recommend running and reconciling your reports in Sage Payroll before running your year-end. First, we recommend running the Ross liability report, which shows a breakdown of liabilities each pay period. To run this report, click Pay Runs, then click on any pay run within that tax month or quarter, and you'll see the liability report here. The report will run monthly or quarterly depending on your Ross payment frequency. This shows your liabilities for that reporting period and can be reconciled against what you have paid to revenue. You can also reconcile this against the liability totals report, which is accessible via the reporting menu. This report will give you values for each individual pay period, whereas the Ross liability report shows you a cumulative value for the month or quarter. Run the liability totals report for all required pay periods within the tax month or quarter to reconcile your values. We have now completed the payroll year-end preparation checklist.